What is the prerequisite for Amazon Web Services? Do I need to learn Linux before Amazon Web Services? Do I need any coding, programming, or anything from Amazon Web Services? Actually, no. We will discuss even more about that. And after that, we are going to discuss about the topic of the day. What is Amazon Web Services? And following, we are going to discuss about its advantages, informative. And after that, is Amazon Web Services is a leader again? We will discuss, guys. Yeah. And before Amazon Web Services, how was the traditional infrastructure? And after Amazon Web Services, what changes we have seen? We are going to discuss. Okay. And AWS lab setup. Of course, we are connecting virtually. It's an online training. And how can I do my lab? How can I do my lab? And who is going to provide this lab? We will discuss. After that, the certification roadmap, which is very, very important, guys. If you are a graduate, your graduation certificates are mandatory. If you are a postgraduate, your PG certificates are mandatory. Likewise, nowadays the companies are make this as a important or mandatory if you are a experienced on cloud computing or a cloud platforms. So what all certifications are offering by Amazon Web Services and which is good for my career, for my resume, and even for my customer. We are going to discuss about that prerequisites and everything, and career opportunities, which is always interesting. Which is always interesting, depending upon all my previous demos or the student inquiries, whatever questions I have received collectively, I'm going to discuss, and at the end, I'm going to open a forum where you can ask me your questions. Prerequisites for Amazon Web Services. Everyone is having question. Even before 5 years, when I was started analyzing or exploring this Amazon Web Services, even I had a perception, do I need any programming or any coding? Actually, they all are myths, and the answer is big no. The answer is big no. Then what are the prerequisites for Amazon Web Services officially as per Amazon suggestion? You just need to know about the definition of the cloud computing. Is it so? Yes. You just need to know about the definition of the cloud computing, and after that, you need to know the basic infrastructure knowledge. The one who has already worked in a real time, they must already have this basic infrastructure knowledge. No, I'm directly coming from my education. No, I'm coming from different technical background, or I'm just completely a non-technical guy. No worries. The basic infrastructure knowledge we are going to discuss from the day one of your regular session. The basic infrastructure of your infrastructure we are going to discuss from day one of our regular infrastructure, regular training. Okay. What about this definition of the cloud computing that we are going to discuss now? The definition of the cloud computing that we are going to discuss now. Okay. By the way, can you just give a quick information about what is infrastructure? What exactly you are referring for? Yes, infrastructure is nothing but virtualization, operating system, networking, and even many more. These all are a combination of your data center. These all are combination of your customer environment. These all are combination of your client infrastructure. Okay, this is just a high level information about infrastructure. We are going to discuss even more in detail, guys. Okay, so let's get started with what is cloud computing. I came here for AWS introduction. You have mentioned this is a AWS demo, but what is this cloud computing? From where this one came into the picture, and how much this is effective for my training? I will tell you guys. Okay. Before that, I will just give a small story. Yes, or else a small situation. What is that? That is, you have joined today's demo session by using of this GoToMeeting, isn't it? Where you have installed this GoToMeeting, or where you have launched this GoToMeeting? By using of my laptop, by using of my mobile, of course. So your mobile and your laptop is using a resources. I'm just reframing my sentence. This GoToMeeting is going to use a resources from your laptop or your mobile. Meaning, what is resources? CPU, RAM, storage, internet, and even many more. Graphics. These all are being used by this GoToMeeting. Then only it is giving you that screen, or then only it is giving you the screen sharing. Then only it is giving the audio. Okay, good. Now, if your laptop is already running with other processes, maybe one side you are doing some kind of gaming, photoshopping, or any kind of live streaming portals, or you are already occupied with other applications and other tools or services. Now you are able to launch this GoToMeeting. This GoToMeeting performance is dead slow, or the GoToMeeting will not at all open. Be it be a mobile or be it be a laptop, you will be end up with a timeout error. So what you will do? I will clean up my resources. I will clean up my other processes or other services. Then only I will open this GoToMeeting. It's a good job. It's a great move. Now, for example, even other processes and services are also important parallelly, equally. You cannot stop them. You cannot kill them, and you cannot even start a new process. You cannot even start a new application or a new tool. Yes. So what you will do? What I will do, I will look for an alternate mobile. I will look for an alternate laptop. The second option is I will upgrade my CPU and the RAM in my laptop. Yes, that is what we actually do. Okay, let's keep this one on hold and you are clear with this scenario. Okay, so what we have discussed, let me give a quick summary. That is, if you want to start up a new process or a new tool or a new service, you need to have enough resources in your devices. You are good. Now, I'm jumping into the second situation with the same scenario. What is that? That is, you are doing your online banking, isn't it? You are doing your online shopping. We are doing our we are watching movies through the Netflix and Amazon Prime. Do you know all of them are web applications? All of them are running even on the servers. Your GoToMeeting is running in your laptop. Likewise, your online banking and your online application, those are running on top of list of servers, bunch of servers, and group of servers. If the servers are already overcommitted and they are already exhausted with the resources, what you will do? You have to clean up. If cannot possible, you have to upgrade it. Same story. Now, going back, in your laptop and in your device, if you want to upgrade your resources, this is something kind of a this is something in your hand. You can drop into the store, you can make it in a quick moment. But now these web applications are running on bunch of servers, list of servers, group of servers. Those servers are placed in a building, those servers are placed in a room, those servers are placed in an entire floor. Now we are officially calling them as a data center. We are officially calling them as a physical data center. If you want to do any troubleshooting, if you want to upgrade any kind of resources, you always need a second hand. You always need a data center engineers. You always need a hardware vendor. You are going to the store, but the data center cannot go to the store. The hardware vendor has to drop into your data center. He has to replace it. Long theoretical information. Yes, it's a long story. Why I'm giving this long story is, if you want to make something changes, troubleshooting, updating, upgrading in your laptop, it is something kind of a quick moment by your hand. But if you want to do something in your data center, you always dependent on a hardware vendor. If you want to do something on your physical hardware, you always dependent on your physical hardware vendor. Now I'm just coming to the definition of this cloud computing. What is that? Why this cloud computing came into the picture? This cloud computing came into the picture to avoid or reduce the complete dependency of your hardware vendor. What are you trying to say? Yes, the cloud computing came into the picture to avoid or reduce your complete dependency on your hardware vendor. If you want to replace any CPU, RAM, storage, or anything, the hardware vendor always say that, boss, give me minimum of 2 hours SLA, give me maximum of 48 hours SLA. During this 2 hours and 48 hours, your application is giving a performance issues. Your online banking is not working as it should. Your online shopping is not at all working, and you disconnected at the payment gateway. Your movie streaming portal is not working. So during this 2 hours and the maximum 48 hours, we are facing a lot of performance issues. To avoid this kind of situations, the new technology came into the IT world, that is called cloud computing. Oh my God, long story. Yes, to avoid these kind of situations, we have a technology that is called cloud computing. So all in all, what is this cloud computing? Cloud computing is a technology which is helping me to store my data instead of my personal laptop to someone's laptop. Let me refresh. I just want to store my data. Where you can store it before cloud computing? In my laptop, in my mobile, or in my data center. Now, right after cloud computing, you are storing your data in someone's data center and you are accessing that data through the internet. The complete process, the complete algorithm, we are calling as a cloud computing. Okay, long story. So what is that? You are taking hardware on rental basis, guys. You have purchased a server, now you are not purchasing. You have purchased a data center, now you are not purchasing. You are just taking everything, whatever hardware you want, you are taking on rental basis and you are paying as you use. Okay. In my physical data center, I have servers, storage, database, networking components, routers, switches, security, internet, many more. Even many more you will be receiving through the internet. The cloud providers will give you on rental basis. The cloud provider will give you on rental basis by using of this cloud computing. Makes sense? So I don't need to take a building on rent. No, I don't need to arrange the electricity cooling system and many more. No, you are done. Perfect. So now on, you are just taking each and every component of your data center on rental basis and you are paying as you go. Okay, I have a question, Mahesh. What is that? You told me this cloud computing came into the picture to avoid dependency of your hardware vendor, or to reduce the dependency of your hardware vendor. But you know, like you said, there is a SLA minimum of 2 hours and maximum of 48 hours. That SLA is not applicable for me because my hardware vendor is next door. The moment whenever I make him a call, he's so kind, he will drop in very next minute. Now you tell me, why should I choose this cloud computing? I have answer for that too. Even I have answer for that. That is, cloud computing came into the picture not only to reduce your hardware dependency, it has lot of other benefits, other features, and the reasons. What is that? Why should I adopt this cloud computing? You can adopt this cloud computing because of these reasons. What is that? Number one, it will reduce your total IT cost competency. My total IT cost? Yes, it will reduce your total IT cost competency. How can it reduce? I will just give a classic example. What is that? That is, let's assume you have a business which is already running in US. Okay, and now you just want to extend your business to Europe. Okay, whenever you want to extend your business to Europe, what is your first step? First, I will travel. I like to travel to Europe. Okay, you travel and you have already invested for your air tickets. Okay, after traveling, after flying to the Europe, you have hired a place. You put your budget upfront. Now you are going to purchase a server, storage, and even many more. Now you are hiring engineers, data center engineers. They will do the assembling of your servers. You need a electricity, you need a cooling system, and you need to announce your business is go live. Unfortunately, after 6 months, if your business is not meeting your expectation, I will shut down it, Mahesh. If you shut down, how much you lost? So much. I cannot count it. Seriously. Of course, I'm not intended you to lose, but I'm just giving an example. If something is going wrong, whatever you have invested upfront, everything is going to be vain. Everything is going to be vain. But in cloud computing, in a cloud world, nothing like that. What are you trying to say? Yes, you no need to travel. By sitting at the same place, by sitting at the same laptop, you can launch a new data center. You can extend your business to other region, other country, other extent of the world. Yes, you can do that. No electricity, no cooling system, no manpower, nobody you need. One man, you can launch your data center. Something interesting. I want to know more. No worries. That is in our regular session. We are going to discuss. So no upfront investment. The duration, how much you have used the servers or the infrastructure, only that duration you are paying to the Amazon. Pay as you go. Again, I'm repeating. Okay, cool. I'm waiting. This is curious to know. Cool. Yeah. The second one is hardware change or upgrade. Meaning you are not going to take care, or you are not going to bother about the hardware change or upgrade. Why? Because before cloud computing, you and me, we are sitting in our weekends and we are doing our hardware upgrade, firmware upgrade, switch updates, DR test, and many more. But now, right after cloud computing, say goodbye to weekend activities, say goodbye to hardware changes, because we do not have any data center physically. Everything is in the cloud. So the cloud provider is taking care of the maintenance activities. You and me, we are good and our life is easier now. Okay, the third one is accessibility. What is this accessibility? Okay, before cloud computing, if you want to access your data center physically or virtually, you need to connect to your data center. You have to go to your office, you have to connect to the VPN, you have to establish a MPLS, you have to establish a direct connect. But now, right after cloud computing, wherever there is a internet, there is a cloud. Where wherever is wherever there is a internet, there you are going to access your data center. Good. It is something kind of a compact. Good. And now, scalability. What is this another reason? Scalability, which is having a very very benefit, very important benefit. What is that? Okay, let me give the same example. That is, you are a businessman and you have a e-commerce application, and that e-commerce application you have announced there is a sale. I'm happy. Yes, there is a sale. In that sale period, Saturday and Sunday, you are going to expect a huge traffic on your application, huge users incoming request on your application. Your application is running now on 4 servers. The 4 servers is giving enough bandwidth to your application from Monday to Friday. Now, in the weekend, there are a lot of users are going to be access your application because of this sale. So, are you really confident that 4 servers are going to be manage that bandwidth? I'm not very sure. So what you will do, I will purchase 4 more servers. Okay, you purchase, good job. Okay, and during the sale period on Saturday, you realized lately even that additional 4 servers are not fulfilling your requirement. Then immediately I purchase a additional 4 servers. Total 4 plus 8, 12 servers you have in your data center. Okay, perfect. So the sale period was ended and you are happy, businessman. And after sale period, whatever additional 8 servers you have purchased, they will be idle for the next sale, Mahesh. Meaning, upfront you have invested and you have that in your budget. Now the second reason for the same example, you have purchased additional 4 servers, but unfortunately the sale was failed. The sale was not up to your expectation. Whatever additional 4 servers you have lost. I'm not demotivating, guys. I'm just giving examples as per cloud computing. Okay, now, to avoid all these kind of scenarios, the cloud computing is saying, if you have any kind of a miscellaneous requirement, miscellaneous resource requirement, you can keep them on top of the particular scalability services, particular auto scaling services. So these auto scaling services will monitor your application, will monitor your latency, will monitor your input output request, so that what happens, whenever your application is demanding more resources, these services will launch a new servers. Whenever your application is stop demanding, these services will terminate those resources. Meaning, the scale in and the scale out. Whenever the demand is increasing, more servers will be launched automatically. Whenever the demand is decreasing, the servers will be terminated automatically. The duration of these servers which we have used, only that much you are paying to Amazon. No upfront investment, nothing. Good. I want to see this one too. This is also very important. Yes, good. Okay. So Mahesh, since the beginning, you were saying instead of storing your data inside your local laptop or your local data center, you are going to store in someone's data center and you are going to access them through the internet. This is what you are saying. Now, my customer is a finance guy and he is having his own insurance company. And in that insurance company, there are thousands, millions, billions of budget involved with the customer's data. Now, if I'm going to transit my data from my personal laptop or data center to someone's data, there is a chances of data leakage and I'm answerable. No, don't think that much, because there are a lot of IT auditors in the IT world. They are already audited and given a certification saying that this cloud computing is safe, secure, and reliable. which means that you are storing your data in someone's data center and we are calling them as a cloud provider. If you lost your data, even your cloud provider cannot retrieve. You are making me afraid. Don't get afraid. There is a small logic and formula behind that we will discuss in our regular session.